And there is the next match between Fiji and Sri Lanka. And just look at the two starting lineups as well. Fijian coach Ben Ryan has opted to rest four of his regular starting seven. Vidi Manavoru and Tuwai have been in scintillating form this year. 35-year-old experienced former captain Thakau is in jersey number 5. And it's a very warm welcome return for Joeli Lutumailangi. Not much experience in the Sri Lankan side, although the most known to the commentary team is Fazil Madija, wearing jersey number 10. And keep an eye out for Yoshita Rajapaksa in jersey number 4, a real promising player for the future. Now the Fijians in the alternative strip of all black. And Gareth Rees joins me, and Gareth, they were in fantastic form last night, beating Wales 42-7, but day 2, all counts for nothing yesterday.
It does, but this is a bit of a David and Goliath affair. The Sri Lankans will be hopeful to keep it close, but Fiji have been the form team. So impressive, so much talent, a mix of pace and power right throughout the squad. So Ben Ryan has a real solid unit on his hands to pick from.
Ben Klaus from South Africa has the whistle. And Suri Bandara, the other experienced player for the Sri Lankans. 18 tries in the Asian competition, and we're underway. Sri Lanka playing in the orange strip, left to right, up against Fiji in black. Saying here we're looking for a turnover there, but the referee judging that they haven't kept their feet.
Yeah, he wasn't the tackler there, was he? So he doesn't have rights to try and steal that ball.
Well, here is Marija. Made his debut here in 2005, 2006. Captain, his most experienced plays, their playmaker as well, is Marija. 5 events, 5 tries. The tap down coming through is Thakau. No clear release, says the referee, and so everything going the way of the Sri Lankans.
Yep.
The kick and chase is something that they do all the time, but kicking the ball to the Fijians is basically asking for trouble. And straight away, looking to make a break. A good chase there by Ranjan. And now they've got players out to the left. Rajapaksa identifies that. Chaturunga. One more pass should get it wide. Here he goes, breaking through is Suryan Bandara. One-on-one, the crowd going mad here as Wilarapne couldn't quite get there, and a great reply from Sri Lanka.
Whoa, what a moment we almost had on our hands. What a response from the men in orange. Stepped out of the tackle, looked like he might go all the way, but credit the Fijians covering back as you'd expect. And Kaku just went forward. What a shame for the Sris. What a moment that would have been.
Yeah, good tackle by Thakau, the former captain. I know it's hard to read, mate. Fijian names, a C means TH, so you'll get there.
Well, I want to read the Sri Lankan names right now. They're the story, baby. Of course, they're here as the third place team in Asia. They're not in the qualifying tournament, but they're no stranger to the Hong Kong Sevens. They've been coming here for years.
Yeah, they have their 17th tournament as the feed from Nathingu, and now Fiji from their own goal line. Kolini Sao, the captain, puts his big hoof to it, and now it's just a foot race. If he can control it here, this should be the first try for Fiji. The scoop, and Lutumailangi's away. He won't be caught. Lutumailangi scores for Fiji.
Well, normal service resumed. What a pickup from the big Fijian. Shades of Serevi here. Look at this pickup. Oozing confidence. Had a little look. Who's there? Ah, just how that one. Thank you very much.
Well, what about his face, though, Gareth? He was smiling when he left the 100-meter line. Oh, they're athletes, these Fijians, looking to go back to back to back in Hong Kong, and also to back up their achievement last week in Tokyo. It's a happy hunting ground for the Fijians here, isn't it?
Isn't it? And I think Keith Quinn made the point that really even the New Zealand side no longer the team to watch. Fijians and the South Africans are the ones in control, but Just so great to watch out here.
Kalini Sao gets us underway again, taken down by Veeraratne. They've had some possession of the Sri Lankans, and so they're certainly not overawed by the occasion. Good ball movement, and now it goes out to Ranjan. You've got to keep your feet, and the referees have been quite vigilant about players not controlling their own body weight. Here is Rajapaksa. He captained the side that won the Carlton Sevens last year, and there were a number of Fijians that were actually in that team, so they know him well.
And credit the style of rugby. They're playing good sevens, the Sri Lankans. They're not getting isolated, not running away from their support. And Rajapaksa showed it there and won the penalty.
Well, there's the passes completed, and just showing Fijians they don't pass the ball when they score tries, because they just put the boot to the ball and just let the speed do the talking.
Well, you talked about the referees and the breakdown. It's been a bit of an issue throughout the season. But Ben Ryan talks very openly about Fijians not going into the breakdown, staying away from it. And it doesn't put them at the mercy of refereeing decisions.
So now the feed, Surya Bandara. It's there for Thakau, and he just puts his right boot to it. Should have bounced up nicely. This will be their second try. Chasing through now is Ravava. He's just lost it forward. The referee says it's okay, play on. Ravava, now Thakau. Here come the Fijians, 3-on-1, running sideways, and then the loopy pass out to Lutu Mailangi. Here comes try number 2. He offloads it to his captain, Kalini Sao. And that's the Fijians showing just how dangerous they are with half an opportunity.
Yeah, dangerous and unselfish. Obviously a bit of a token pass there at the end, but that is their strength. The ball goes to the open man. They're not individuals looking to do it. 2 defenders, just too strong, too quick.
Got on the outside of Marija, didn't he, and just fended him off. Actually, Gareth and I was playing a million moons ago. I used to always give the ball to the captain over the line to make sure that I was selected next week as well. What about you?
Very nice. Didn't get over as often as you, I'm sure.
And for the last 90 seconds, there he is, Rajapaksa. He's the son of the president of Sri Lanka. Fine player as well. It's gone the required 10 metres, and here is Rajapaksa. Straight into his former teammate, Thakau, who now holds him up. Cavalry arrives, Rajapaksa trying to fight his way to the ground, but the Fijians have held him up, and this will be a turnover.
Just enveloped by black jerseys there. You know, we talk about Fiji's, obviously the talent, the physical talent, specimen these men are, but it does take the time together. It hasn't always worked. Ben Ryan, I saw him with the team in the pool this week. He has a very good manner with him. He's very relaxed with him. He's also called on the services of the great man, Waisale Serevi, to just bring that little bit of leadership as well. Well, it's reinstigated the Fijian sunshine style of rugby from last season. Now the kick and chase from Ravalgo. Just needs to control it. He'll definitely win the race. He can slide in here quite comfortably, and he has. Vatimo Ravalgo from the Toka Toka Barbars, the under-18 and under-20 representative. And here's a lovely story for you as well. He had a condition of epilepsy, and they wanted to get it under control, and they have done that now. And what a moment for the young man. Well, he's giving Sri Lanka fits now with that kick and chase. Can't set me up. I got to take it like that. But another one. So a good first half from Fiji with 3 tries, and at the break they lead Sri Lanka 21-0. Like Waisale Serevi might be making his way out to the Fijian huddle. So yeah, Ben Ryan certainly using the cause, and there he is, the little man. He'll have plenty to say. Let's listen in. Well, the words from one of the greatest sevens players to ever play the game in Waisale Serevi. And isn't it great to see him back out here? Also great the work he's doing with his own company, Rugby, with HSBC, going around the world, working on community rugby. He's based in Seattle now in the States, and he's doing great stuff all over the place.
Oh, Gareth, I can tell you my famous Serevi story is he was in Japan at the same time that I was. And I was with the Yamaha club, he was with Mitsubishi, and it was a promotion relegation game. And we had to beat them to qualify to the first division. He single-handedly won the game for Mitsubishi. And I tried to late tackle him once just to take him out. And guess what? I still missed him.
Played 15s against him a few times, and let's just say I had a few short sizes bigger than him. But a magic man and a great man off the field, so important.
Oh, he's terrific, ambassador both on and off the field. Waisale Serevi. As the new captain of the Fijians this year, Kolinisau gets us underway. Didn't go the required 10 metres, but the referee has said that Sri Lanka played at the ball and lost it forward.
A little bit of an experience there. The kickoffs, we talked about this earlier, Willie, but the normal high-hanging sevens kickoffs have become a problem with the rain we had this morning.
Well, when the Sri Lankans lost their match 41-0 against Kenya last night, many were predicting this would be a landslide as well. There he is, the great man himself, Waisale Serevi. Of course, these images going through to Fiji, through to Nandi, Suva, and all of the islands there. Very warm bullet to you all, wherever you're watching. I know that you love this game. It's your national sport, and you'll be loving this team at the moment, because here comes try number 3. A straight sprint, and nothing. It was just too quick.
It's going to help you with the pronunciation, yeah, but nothing. It was outstanding. Look at that step off the left foot, lifts the heels out. I think maybe you'd heard our tribute to Serevi, because that was Serevi-like, the way he jumped out of the tackle and made it happen.
Well, there's about 500 kids in Fiji that have got the same style and Serevi moves. It's incredible being there, traveling to Fiji. If you're lucky enough to go to the beautiful islands, definitely make it one of the destinations you head to. The people are beautiful. As long as you don't give them a rugby ball, they're lovely. Because once they get a rugby ball, this is what they do, is that they get it and they just stride away. Sangiwa's in for his first. And that's Fiji's 5th of the match, and right from the kickoff.
Sangiwa got a gift there. The Sri Lankan forward didn't realize he had quite as much time off the kickoff, just tapped it loosely, and Sangiwa jumped on it. And Marija was never going to do enough to stop him.
They're just falling off tackles now, Sri Lanka, after that impressive first 7 minutes, and so it's now just blown out. Scoreline 33, kick to come. And now it makes it 35. And let's have a look at the great man himself, Waisale Serevi, with some of the stats.
Well, he's a very confident man, and that's why, just crushing the point scoring. I was worried that Ben Ryan wasn't going to get a word in there at halftime. It's Waisale was giving him his thoughts.
Well, the kickoff, and the Sri Lankans finally, after 2.5 minutes, get their hands on the ball in the second half. Now the ruck. It's cleared. Plenty of players out here. A lovely step as well, and now the acceleration. Ooh. Pass needed to go to hand, and that's something in time. A little bit more experience. I'm sure that those passes will stick. Can't knock the ball down like that. That's a no-no. And it's a see you later into the sin bin as well. Headed. Didn't need to knock the ball down. That's just foolish play.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was a great step before that. Ranjan set up his man, but couldn't get the pass to hand. So now look what happens. One short, it gets even worse.
Well, it's going to get worse again, because here comes the man that scored the first try, Lutumalangi. Joeli Lutumalangi. Well, he hands it off. Everybody's in the try-scoring mood. This is Domalai. 6th individual and 6th try for the Fijians.
Well, 7 on 6. 7 on 7 wasn't very good, but one short. Just finding the holes. I wonder if their goal was to get every man a try. They've got one more to go.
Well, just Thakau needs to score now from the starting 7, and it's bingo. It's full house.
Lucky 7.
Just closer to the middle. Closer to the middle.
They've identified that they haven't marked up, obviously, with the one man down. And so now look at the space.
No.
Well, this is bounced beautifully for Sangiwa. Gets rid of the last defender, says, get out of my way. Does Samu Sangiwa his second. And really, you'd expect better from Sri Lanka, but this is really just becoming one-way traffic.
Well, it was so easy, but I did look up to see where Thakao was, and he hadn't crossed the halfway line. So as this stretch goes down, there's no way he's going to jog up and get a gift.
Danushka Ranjan should have done much better. He's only a 20-year-old. There's Ranjan, but he overplayed it. The ball bounced up beautifully, and that's been converted as well. So Fiji close to 50, one away.
Convincing stuff. But for the Sri Lankans, the beauty of this tournament and of the sevens format, they will play on here. They'll go on into the ball competition.
Going up in lots of sevens is the score here. 7 sevens at 49, and this could make it even more for the Fijians. Going in off your feet means that there's going to be a penalty, and identifying some space down the blind side was Domalai.
Put it down, put it down.
Just put his feet into touch.
Put it down.
Oh, the referee being consistent. I don't think the Fijian player understood that it was the Sri Lankan put in.
Well, the game is certainly growing in Sri Lanka, known as the Tuskers. And as you mentioned, they finished third place in the Asian qualifying tournament to become the 16th team here in the main draw, as the hosts Hong Kong are involved in the promotion relegation, and that kick hasn't found touch. So more mistakes for the Sri Lankans, the Tuskers. Big wide pass, and there's another mistake from Domalai. He can't believe it.
And with this kind of performance here, really, it is a great shame as the Commonwealth Games loom in Glasgow that although Fiji's back in the Commonwealth, I guess the paperwork and the required weren't done for them to compete in the sevens tournament. You know, you'd like to think it's going to obviously be a much better tournament if they're there, and let's hope something can be worked out.
Well, the crowd pleases, aren't they, the Fijians? So Sri Lanka, Siddhya Bandara, but it's been worked back onto the Fijian side. Can they crack 50? That's the question many are asking, and now this man's on the field. Shut the gate. Vidi-Vidi's away. See you later. Here comes Fiji over 50. Well, it was almost as quick as you to the buffet this morning, Gareth.
I don't think Very knows any other way to get it done. In, out, boom. Good chase from the Sri Lankans, but I think Very was sitting over there with everyone else scoring tries, getting frustrated on the bench.
He is the top try scorer of the series. 36 this year, 180 points he's amassed. And really, what a fantastic find he was, or has been, for the Fijian side. Sri Lanka now, the final play of the game, but guilty of losing or going off their feet. And so here's Domalai looking to add a big pile of salt to the wound. Double movement, yes it is. Thought he'd been held there.
So the South African not bending in any way. No sympathy for the Sri Lankans, but also being very consistent.
Oh, they're playing in the spirit of the game as well, are the Sri Lankans. And now a break here. Pushing it wide. And the kick that they always seem to use. He's come back out of the sin bin. The referee says it's been lost forward, and so no advantage. That'll be the end of the game. Comprehensive victory for the men in the black shirts.
I'm off to the buffet.
And after 14 minutes, Fiji have thumped Sri Lanka 56-0.
Well, I'm with Fiji's technical advisor, I think you're called, by Saleh Sorevi. Wise, you went on with the team at half-time. Ben Ryan obviously wanted to get a message across in Fijian, and it had the desired effect. So what was the message?
I think there was just, we were like, when we were holding the ball on attack, we were throwing away 50-50 passes, which we cannot do on this weather, because it's like 2 minutes you have to explain. So it's much easier to speak in Fijian. And then on the other side, defensively, we got penalized for trying to go for the ball rather than get over the ball. Those are the two things, and I thought it went well, and things went well in the second half.
Now, we've had a lot of rain here today. You must remember playing in conditions similar to this underfoot in Hong Kong. What is the secret to coping with these conditions?
I think the secret is like you have to come closer, you have to try and keep the ball as longer, make sure you stay closer to the ball carrier, and recycle the ball as soon as you can.
Thank you, Wasale. We'll see you later.
No doubt about it. One of the greats of the game, Srilanka Srilanka, and he's been doing a lot of coaching, we've been told. That's the reason why he's lost his voice. But let's just remind ourselves of the four pools. Firstly, Fiji, 2 good wins for the Fijians to lead. Kenya still to play Wales in that pool, and that will come a little bit later on this afternoon. Pool B has Australia and South Africa as the two looking like the clear favourites to go through from this pool. Australia 2 good wins, in particular the 26-0 win against France. Pool C has Canada and England. Canada looking really good at this tournament, a lot more consistency since that 3rd place in Vegas. England looking at their best here in Hong Kong. And Pool D, where New Zealand leads with 2 wins there. The United States 1 and Scotland upsetting them as well, means that those 2 teams are on 4 apiece. Well, let's look to the quarterfinal knockout stages, which is going to be coming up next. Don't forget there are 2 competitions happening here, and here is the qualifying quarterfinals. Japan will play Tunisia. Russia take on Uruguay, Zimbabwe against Italy, and the hosts Hong Kong against Chile, which means that 4 of the countries that started in this magnificent tournament of qualifying have now been eliminated. A break in the program here at Sokompo Stadium. Hope you can join us in an hour. We look forward to your company.